And the other one I'll mention is Boots and Pants. And that one, the song is great. I think it's a super fun song. But from a production standpoint, you challenged me to like make it feel, because you used a looper pedal to write that song,
Yeah.
and you wanted it to feel like you perform it live
Yeah.
with a looper pedal. And so I was like, all right, so we need to structure it in such a way that it feels like it's being like things are being looped and things are being added and taken away in
Yeah.
sections, but nothing changes so drastically that you couldn't pull it off live.
Yeah.
And I think we did a pretty good job of nailing that. Pretty much everything in that song is like your voice, my voice, or your acoustic.
I do love that, like the after that buildup of the all your friends leave you in the darkness line,
Yeah.
we broke it
The
down.
halftime break.
The halftime, that is your voice, and I think that is my
Yeah.
favorite part because you nailed every little thing, and I love it so much. And I was bragging about it because I knew when that was coming up when I was listening to the final mixes. I'd show it to like some of my like Atlanta crowd, and they'd be like, "What is this song?" And I get to tell them the lore of it, and it's just like so cool.
Yeah.
Because not only did I start writing that song on a looper pedal, I started writing that song on an app called Keezy back in college. Whenever we'd be, and I'd show it to people at parties whenever we're super lit, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"What the heck?" They'd be so blown away, and it'd be just a funny ass thing to just do them.
Yeah.
And then like as I grew up, I was like, I want to take that song that all your friends leave you in the darkness thing and add it. And so I wrote a song. I actually built a song out of it. And then I was like, dude, yes, like let's. And then so when we were recording it, I was like, okay, I have to double down and make it loop friendly. and
Yeah,
so
for sure.
and so and looking back, I'm like, okay, that. And I actually have not performed that song live in a long time. And now that the record's out, it's like I should probably get back into it. I didn't realize when the album came out, a lot of people surprisingly were like, "Dude, that song's awesome." I'm like, "Okay, cool." A lot of people.
It's super unique. You don't hear a lot of people doing that take on music.
Yeah.
I would once again recommend everybody go check that song specifically out, because I think what we did from a production standpoint in the studio was really interesting. I had to make sure there were no full takes of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the only full take was your main vocal.
Yeah.
Everything else, in order to keep it feeling like a loop, I literally had you do it in like 4-bar chunks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything I had done in 4-bar chunks. So it's like I made you get the exact right guitar take that felt a little live, that felt right in that 4-bar chunk, and then we just copy and pasted that all the way down.
Yeah.
And like same thing for like all of the other parts.
Mm-hmm. We just got solid takes, and then we try to. No, that's exactly what we
copy
did.
and pasted it around, and then like same for the vocals. Like there's in the bridge there's a looped vocal part where like you stack like 4 vocals on top of each other, and like it's so sick. I ended up making it the bed of the halftime breakdown, almost like a synth pad.
I love it so much.
It. And so there was just a lot of different, from a production standpoint, it's a a lot of weird and interesting choices, I will say. From us that I think make that song, as a song, firstly, it is a great song.
Thank you.
Doing those interesting choices elevates the song to be something more unique, even outside of it just being a good song.
Totally. It does kind of draw it to be, this is not like other stuff. So, yeah.
For sure.
I'm glad you think the song itself is really good. I think one of my personal shout outs on the album is Enceladus, because I love that it's like the first half is like there's not really a rhythm to it. It's kind of just freelance. And then we build a rhythm. And you and I, like, when we were gearing for the record to come out, we were like, okay, when you do it live, you should probably actually extend that apart and like actually add percussion, it make the live version way like cooler.
Yes.
And I was like, that's
and,
genius.
and I love the idea of the album version of, because like that song in particular is just vocals and vocoder, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of that song being what it is on the album, because it's kind of, it's number 3. It's kind of like you've hit them with like singer-songwriter song, Central Park Revolution. Jenny is like your almost country type deal.
Yeah.
And then but Enceladus is your Bon Iver Creeks like vocoder only type song, as like a breath going into Jeep 30, which is a weird, like it kind of sets up the weirdness of Jeep 30 in a way, which is pretty cool. But making that song more live friendly allows you to like make it more interesting to the listener, where they come see you, they're like, oh, I know this song. And then the end switches up and you add more instrumentation to it and like start looping stuff or add more band instruments to the end. And it's like, yo, that's really sick, actually.
Yeah. It's funny because that Boots and Pants and then Enceladus was, they both were songs that people were like, oh, this is probably my favorite because they were so different, so special. And I wanted that one to be very, space friendly. I wanted to sound like like a freaking alien wrote it,
Yeah. I mean, you succeeded in that for sure.
Oh, yeah.